In this video, I'm gonna show you how I did the installation of a new exhaust system on a Harley Davidson. In this case, this is a Dyna Lowrider 2016 and the exhaust system is a Bassani Road Rage 2-in-1. As you can see, it's already installed in the motorcycle. I don't know anything about mechanics, so this might be a good guide for anybody that wants to do it. Just so you know how bad I am, one time I put brake fluid on the power steering in my car. So if I can do this, anybody can do it. So hopefully it will serve you as a guide to save a few bucks if you want to avoid all those labor costs. Something I'm going to recommend you is to get the service manual for your specific bike. It helps tremendously. I made marks on specific parts that I kept going back to, and you're gonna hear my voice being very excited in the morning when I started, and a little low and quiet because I was working at night. Even though this video is put all together, I did it. It took me probably a week and a half with work, and then I did it at midnight when the wife and the kids were asleep. But it wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be, and the service manual helped big time. I hope, really hope this helps anybody trying to do this on their own. Okay, we're going to install a new exhaust system on this bike. The first thing we need to do is remove the O2 sensors. These guys right here. The front one is here, so it's really easy to disconnect. And the other one goes from here through in there, so I have to take the set off. It comes through here. It goes underneath the seat, and it's this guy right here. Remember, the rear one is black, the front one is gray. Don't confuse them, okay? It's this guy right there. It goes through, underneath, it comes out here, and you just have to disconnect it. Before that, I'm gonna disconnect the battery. I always do that just in case. I disconnected the rear O2 sensor, and I put a piece of rope here, string. That way, when I pull it through here, the string will tell me exactly where it was, so I don't have to guess when I put it back in. Alright, so O2 sensor disconnected, and this is my guide. It goes through that and here. This is the front one. It was a little tricky, but I was able to get my fingers in there and take it out. This little part unclips from here, so you don't have to take anything apart. You can just unplug it from there. And remember, the gray is the front, the black is the rear. Now we are removing all the clamps from the heat shields. I put some masking tape there. I don't want to scratch the important parts. Okay, heat shields are removed. Now let's take this clamp and pull the muffler out. Alright, loosen that clamp, and the muffler was removed. You have one more nut down here. Now this part right here goes here, but you don't need to take that off. I found out the hard way. There was one more there, you just pull it and it'll come out. Now we have to loosen the flange nuts. It gets a little tricky to get in there, so this tool is really handy right now. And then we remove our exhaust. See, that's why I put all this in there, so I don't scratch it. Okay, I had a little setback here. This is the mount that comes from stock. As you can see, those 3 holes are there. But the ones that comes with the Bassani, it needs to be attached to the housing in the transmission. So I had to go really quick to the hardware store and replace the ones that go on the original one. I'm gonna replace those nuts with shorter ones, so they go all the way in, so I don't leave these 3 just open. Now, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I have to take this. For what I understand, a little oil might come out of here, and the manual says that I have to torque on a certain pattern. So I'm gonna try and go ahead and do that and see where we get. By the way, these three ones, I have new ones, longer ones that came with the exhaust system. Let's see how this goes. So just in case some oil comes out, I have this rag here, and I'm gonna try to do it fast. The new nuts, they already have some Loctite, and I have my torque wrench here. Torque specifications are 25 feet per pound. Let's see how this goes. All right, I'm putting this back in. No oil came out. No big deal at all. Okay, so my O2 sensors are gonna go from the stock pipe to the new pipe. Now this one needs a reducer, but it'll come with your hardware when you buy it. I'm gonna apply some anti-Z to both the reducer and the sensor. Now this sensor, the front one, it goes here, and on the new pipe it goes up here. So hopefully there is enough cable to go from here. Oh yeah, it should be good. It should be okay. All right, now the flanges and both retaining rings, I'll move them from the stock pipes to the new pipes. Well, this gasket is supposed to come out really easy on all the videos and everything I read, but it is not the case. I got new ones to put in, but I didn't know it was going to be such a pain in the ass. I'll keep trying though. Let's see where it goes. So this is how it ended up popping out. Of course, I got the technique down with the first one, and the second one was a lot easier. I started from the bottom, then from the back, and it popped right out. And I ended up mounting and just barely fastening the nuts here and here. I have new washers, of course, and I just attached the muffler and used the clamps down here. Nothing is super tight right now, but it's already looking way nicer. So it's time to install the heat shield. I'm doing the clamps here. This is for the front pipe. The rear pipe, they recommend that you install them before mounting the pipes. So this heat shield was installed before. Now I gotta tell you, I didn't thread this one, so I had to put this one when the pipe was on. That took a second and was really challenging. Right, I'm installing the front heat shield. Make sure your clamps are positioned the right way. Like if you put them pointing up here, it's gonna be really hard to get to the bottom. The collector heat shield has a couple of clips here. Make sure those go in here. This clip have to go underneath the heat shield on the pipes right here. Now the O2 sensors. Using this guide, I'm gonna pull on this string, and then I'm gonna use it as a guide to go back to where it was. The front one I already pulled, and it reached perfect and without problems. I don't know if you can see it there, it's too dark. It's in there. So of course the string came off the plug and I lost it, but I already had it through here. So half of the work was done. O2 sensor is plugged, and the guy down here, the gray one, the front one, is plugged too. According to this, you have to start tightening the heads first, and then the clamps, and then everything back and forth, little by little, so it aligns properly. So the muffler clamp, this guy right here, is supposed to be tightened to 38 feet per pound. I started and I feel like this got hot and I got a little scared, and it felt like I was putting way too much pressure. So I started with a smaller torque wrench and started going on increments of 5. Now I am on the big one. I'm still back down to 25, and I still moved it a little way too much. So I'm gonna stop right here. I really don't want to bend it. And I guess when I start it, I'm gonna see if there are any leaks here. Ready to go, all installed. But now it is 11:30 p.m. and I don't want to wake my neighbors, my wife, or my kids. So tomorrow I'll start it and we can hear and we can check for leaks. So that's it. After the installation, I put a few hundred miles on the bike and everything has been great. No leaks, nothing to regret, and I actually took it to the dealership to the 1K service, and everything looked okay, no complaints, nothing. The bike has been perfect, so the installation worked. Now, here's the good part. Let's listen to the stock and compare it to the Bassani. Here's the stock. See, not bad, it sounds nice. But here's how the Bassani sounds. I went with the Bassani because it's not super loud and I live in California, so the laws are a little strict. I really don't want to get pulled over for noise level. And speaking of noise levels, I made another video where I compare the actual decibels of the aftermarket and the exhaust system. I'm gonna leave you that link right here, and if you want to subscribe to my page, please do, to my channel. I'm gonna leave you with other links of other videos I've done in the past. Hopefully I will be uploading a few more. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. See you next time.